Then Sister Koira says it was 1959 when my parents began following the knowledge. I was very young, but used to accompany them to the center daily. I liked the sisters' way of life and their manner of interacting with love. It was in those days that Mama came to the Jalandhar center and I visited her along with my parents. Jalandhar is a center in India, in Punjab state. I met Mama and sang her a song which pleased her. She continued to smile and said, "You are a very old and similar daughter of Baba's. You have left the yajna and have returned now. Listen, daughter, Baba chooses different methods to send souls to different places for service. Baba will take service from you automatically. You will not have to labor. I always keep this blessing from Mama in mind. Even today, Baba continues to take service by making me his instrument. Commitment. In time, my uncle put me in slight bondage, but I experienced much of Baba's company and help. It was my uncle's desire to marry me, whom he considered his daughter. Off with the great pomp and splendor, but I had the firm thought that no matter what happens, I want to make my life like that of the Brahma Kumari sister and do a lot of Baba's service. None of my friends or relatives was on my side and began to oppose me all the more. My parents wanted me to become a dedicated Brahma Kumari. My spiritual intoxication would rise on doing any form of service. I was not very educated and would think about my situation constantly. I then thought I should write a letter to Baba and Mama, informing them about my personal situation and bondages. In my letter, I wrote, Mama, I am not educated. I don't know how to do anything, but I want to live at the center forever. What should I do? And which aspects should I pay attention to? I received Mama's reply in a few days. I asked a sister to read the letter to me. Mama had written a very loving letter filled with sweet and good things that I needed a pay attention in my life. Mama first wrote, daughter, when you come to Baba's home from your Lokik home, always remember that this will be your home for lifetime. I don't have any other home apart from this one. I don't have any other family apart from Baba, Mama, and the divine family. Secondly, Baba wrote that I should remember that I came alive and will only leave Baba's home after death. Thirdly, she wrote, daughter, you will have to visit many places for godly service and should never speak about the matters of one home at another place. If you pay attention to imbibing all these aspects, you will belong to Baba till the end. When a young girl gets married, She leaves and forgets her old home, and from then on belongs to her in-laws' home. Only then can she remain happy and please others too. It is not appropriate for her to continue talking about what happens in her parents' home. Similarly, whenever Baba sends you, no matter how he makes you live, or wherever he keeps you, or whatever types of companions you are put up with, you have to live in harmony with everyone. You have to move along with others, keeping them in consideration. You should see that your nature and sanskars work in accordance with others. When we are staying in the center, we have to match our sanskars, means habits, sanskars with others. From that day until now, I have remembered these teachings always. I have paid attention to these points and progressed in life. Baba himself is making me move around. These were not ordinary words, but became blessings for me. I am progressing only on the basis of blessings from Baba, Mama, and the divine family. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti.
Yes, Didi.
Om
Okay.
Shanti Ma.
Everybody is there? Om Shanti.
Yes, Didi. Today, Brother Bond and Sister Bazi just coming. She joined and just left and coming. Some maybe network problem. And uh, brother Romanus. Is it Romanus?
Of
And
course, it's
brother
Romanus.
Romanus also, and brother Bond and brother Dio. Brother Dio, the Illupeju today, the magazine comes every month. The main brother, the chief. So Sister Gautam gave him meditation course 10-15 days before, and his course is completed. So now he joined today.
Oh,
Brother
very
Tayo, can you show your face, please, if possible? Yeah, you are welcome. And Dr. Osita also joined.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Welcome, welcome.
You can see it. You see.
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. A very good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Everybody is ready?
Yes, Didi.
Yes.
Continue.
Start करना है अभी?
Yes, please start.
अच्छा. Okay जी. सब आ गए हैं? All are there?
Yes, Didi.
Okay. His brother Bazi is there.
She joined. They joined both Bazi and they will come. Maybe some network problem. They are coming. Please continue, Didi.
Okay. Om Shanti. Today Baba is talking about how the service started in the foreign countries in the beginning. And Baba was very, very happy. The first place it started is in Japan, Europe. And Baba is so excited to see the foreigners, double foreigner. And today's Murli, there's so many double foreigners had surrendered themselves to Baba's service, the service of the world. And Baba is overjoyed, so excited. And he's talking about service and how the service is going to happen. Is going to go everywhere in the world. He started from Asia, you know, and it's very, very excited. It's an Avyakt Murli. Does everybody understand what Avyakt Murli is? Avyakt Murli means that it is been spoken by the body of Gulzar Dadi. Gulzar Dadi. One is spoken through Brahma Baba, which was the beginning of the time. And then Brahma Baba left the body. He went to Baba. Yes? And then Dadi Gulzar, he chose for his medium for the Murli to carry on. Is it okay? It's okay now?
Yes, okay. Yes, please, Didi. Okay, fine.
So then, then Baba started coming to Dadi Gulzar's body with Brahma Baba, because Shiv Baba cannot work by himself. He has to have a medium because he does not have a body. We all have body. That's why we become body conscious and all the troubles have started. So God is beyond the consciousness of the body. Is God. Is the supreme being, a point of energy, the soul, the supreme soul is known as supreme soul. But the problem with Baba is that without body, he cannot speak. Can the soul speak with the body, without body? Not possible.
No.
Body is the medium. Soul has to use the eyes, nose, ear, mouth, all these organs. Then the sound will come. No, if mouth is not there, how the soul can speak? It's an energy. So energy has to be displayed. So it displays through body. My eyes see, ear hear, nose breathe, mouth speak. So these are the organs which the soul uses. That's why soul comes in the body and leaves the body. And when the soul leaves the body, what body is called? A dead body, no life. It means the life is within the soul. Soul is the energy of the body, the breathing. When you say a person is died, passed away, it means he cannot breathe anymore. So the living energy is gone. So I, the soul, am the living energy. But nobody knew about the soul. So Baba is the only one who is being supreme soul, tells us about the soul. What soul is. Nobody knows soul is a point of energy, a tiny point of energy, a living energy, makes the whole body move. You see? So you can see between the dead body and the living is the soul. So Baba also needs a body because he does not have a body of his own. He's not a human being like you and me. He does not come into our world just like that. He incarnates. He takes up the body and then comes and reveals himself and us, gives us the knowledge of ourselves. You see, today the humanity is totally lost. They don't know where they have come from, where they are going to. People talk about soul, but they don't actually know what the soul is all about. And they don't even know where the soul lives in the body. Baba has actually pointed out that's where the soul lives, center of the forehead, above the eye. The soul sees through the eyes, hears through ears, speak through mouth, breathe through nose, sense organ. They are called sense organs. Who senses through these organs? A dead body also has sense organs, but they are not working because there is no one there to sense it through it. And that is the soul, who's the living being, senses through this body. This which the knowledge Baba is giving. Wonderful knowledge. Even the world today, they don't know much about it. But Baba has told us a lot, and that's why that we are progressing and become a better human being. That's what he wants us, to become a better human being. A divine being. He has made us a divine being, a deity, because a deity world is coming. Can you call this world deity world? What this world is known as? Does everybody knows? Devil world. You see the devilish acts people are performing, killing people in cold blood. They don't have no feelings because they don't have mercy. Mercy is the quality of the God, of God. So when he comes, he teaches us who we are. We all are souls, and bodies may be different color, caste, religion, relation, all this gender, but nothing matters. Soul is the most important thing in the body. So that's what you need to know. So that you can connect with the Father of the soul, the Supreme Being, the Father of humanity, Father of all souls. So today Baba's Avyakt Murli means that Baba has incarnated in Gulzar Dadi's body, sister, medium. Because when Brahma Baba left the body, then how Baba can come? How can he speak? He doesn't have a mouth, his point of energy. Then he chose a medium, Dadi Gulzar. So this Murli is spoken on the 13th, well, at the moment the date is 13th July 2020. This is the current date, but I don't have the old date. It has been spoken long ago, right? At that time, the foreigners beginning to come. They started coming, knowing about the knowledge. And now they are flooding it, flooding. It's all over the world, all over. Baba's children are all over because they are souls, not foreigners, not English, not Japanese, not Chinese, not this, not Indian. So that's how they have recognized their father and joined Brahma Kumari. It's God Himself is teaching the souls, who is the father of all souls. So this is how we understand the whole knowledge. It is for us. Anybody can understand Baba's language because he speaks the language of the soul. And we are soul. If we are living, it means we have soul within the body. Okay? So essence, sweet children. That's how we start. Sweet children, give everyone the good news. What good news Baba is giving to everyone? Give everyone the good news that peace is once again, peace is once again being established in the world. It means at the moment there is peacelessness in the world. That's why God has to incarnate to establish the peace. Because He's the father of us children. No? How father can see children suffering? So He incarnates to make us worthy of peace and happiness. So Baba is saying, the Father has come to establish the one original, eternal deity religion. This is what is called original, eternal deity religion. Question: why are you children repeatedly given the signal to stay in remembrance? See how many times Baba will talk about remembrance today? Remembrance of who? Who has to remember who? Who's remembering? So the soul has to remember the Father, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Hmm? Because we have to remember Him. He is the one who is giving us the knowledge. Now He says, you remember me so that you get this knowledge and become the embodiment of this knowledge. I'm giving away happiness, love, bliss, all those things are coming back in your life, what you want. Hmm? But I am the one who gives. So I say, why are you children repeatedly given the signal to stay in remembrance of the Father? Answer, because it is only by having remembrance that you become ever healthy and ever pure. Ever healthy and ever pure. Is it possible to be ever healthy? Is anybody is healthy today and ever healthy? No, because we've gone down the ladder. We are the fallen idol. Now he's uplifting. So what we're saying, become ever healthy and ever pure. This is why whenever you have time, stay in remembrance. The remembrance of the Father. The soul to soul connection. The soul is the one who is remembering the Father. Hmm? The Supreme Being, the Supreme Soul. So Baba says, remembrance that you become ever healthy and ever pure. This is why whenever you have time, stay in remembrance. Think of Baba. Early in the morning, after bathing, etc., go for a walk or sit in solitude. If you have to remember the Father, you have to sit in solitude. No, you can't, remember God in noise. You have to have peace, quiet. So sit in solitude. Here, there is nothing but income. Where Baba is talking about. Here, there is nothing but income. And that is in Mount Abu, our sweet home, where we all visit once a year. Baba comes in Mount Abu. Madhuban we call it. Our sweet home. Home of all Baba's children. Of the whole world who recognizes it. So Baba says, here there is nothing but income. It is by having remembrance, that you will become the masters of the world. Why we have come here? To become the masters of the world. So God Himself is here. So the Father is here, the children are called the masters. So He's making us the masters of the world. Om Shanti. You sweet children know that at this time, everyone in the world wants peace. Is that right? At this time, everyone in the world wants peace. Why? Because there is peacelessness in the world. In the world, wants peace. You continually hear the sound of people asking how there can be peace in the world. How can there be peace in the world? Because there is so much of peacelessness. However, no one knows when there was the peace. Even nobody knows when there was the peace. Why are we asking for peace? If we don't have the experience of peace, why would I ask for it? It means we were in peace and we have lost it. Now he's getting us and getting to know he's telling us how to get it back. Go back into that peace, the one you're looking for. So Baba says, there was the peace in the world that they now want. Only you children know that there was peace in the world. When it was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan, the deity who was divine, hmm, at the time of Narayan, king and queen Narayan, Lakshmi and Narayan. Even now, people continue to build temples to Lakshmi and Narayan. That they're temples for the deity. Can human beings sit in the temple? Has to be an image of purity, of divinity. And that is Lakshmi and Narayan. Even now, people continue to build temples to Lakshmi and Narayan. You can tell anyone that there was peace in the world. When was it? 5,000 years ago. It means we have lost that peace for 5,000. And that it is now being established once again. And now that it is established once again, who is establishing? Who is establishing it? Human beings don't know this. The Father, which Father? The Supreme Father, the Father of all souls of the world, regardless of their caste, color, creed, religion, relation, gender, nationality. Nothing, only the soul. So the Father has explained everything to you, children. Therefore, you can explain this to anyone. My Father is explaining it to us so that we can pass these words to others, those who are looking for peace. To others. Hi. Human beings don't know this. The Father has explained everything to you, children. Therefore, you can explain this to anyone. You can write to them. You can even write to them. However, as yet, no one has had the courage to write to anyone. You hear from the papers that everyone wants peace in the world. It's in the paper. There's so much of peacelessness. That's how we come to know. When a war takes place, people have a sacrificial fire for there to be peace in the world. Sacrificial fire. Which sacrificial fire? Now he's explaining this to us. What sacrificial fire means? They create a sacrificial fire of Rudra. Rudra means the fearful form of God. When he doesn't have the mercy. Only mercy has that his children should be happy, healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. So there was a fearful form of God himself is known as Rudra. You children now know that the Father who is called Rudra, Shiva, has created this sacrificial fire of knowledge. He has created this sacrificial fire of knowledge. Peace is now being established in the world. So you can see we all have become peaceful now. It's been established by God himself. There must definitely have been rulers of the golden age, the new world. There must be. There must definitely have been rulers of the golden age, because now we are in iron age. So the golden age means, where are the rulers of the golden age now? Is it golden age? is Iron Age. It means there was golden age and there was peace and happiness in that world. But nobody can establish that golden age apart from the Father, the Shiva, the Rudra. This is known as Rudra Yagya. Golden age, new world, where there was peace. You would not say that there should be peace in the incorporeal world. Can you say that? Incorporeal world, where there are no corporeal bodies are there. There is peace. Soul without the body. Body is also dead, peace, and soul is also in peace. So Baba says peace in the incorporeal world, which is known as soul world. It is peaceful there anyway, because only the souls are residing in the soul world. Nobody. Bodies are not there. And soul needs the body, eyes to see, ears to hear, and that is in the body. And the bodies cannot be in the soul world. Soul. And there anyway. The world is where human beings reside. The world where human beings, here, in this world, the world we are living in. The world is where human beings reside. The incorporeal world cannot be called the world. Baba says even that is not known as world, the incorporeal world, the soul world. That is the abode of peace, total silence. You know, when the soul is not in the body, body is in silence, no sound. So their souls in the soul world without body, total peace. Baba explains this again and again. Nevertheless, some children forget and some are able to keep it in their intellects and are thereby able to explain to others. Like I've understood, now I'm able to explain to all of you. So once you have understood, all of you, you will sharing with others. Whatever God is telling us, which we did not know. And no human being knows apart from us, Baba's children now. So Baba says, it is very easy to explain to someone how there was peace in the world and how it is now being established once again. When it was the kingdom of the original eternal religion of the deities in Bharat. Bharat means India. The land of Bharat is known as India. Bharat. There was only that one religion, deity religion. That's all. There used to be peace in the world. This is a very easy thing to explain and write about. You can even write to those who built huge temples. They are building huge temples of the deity. They are those who are not there anymore, the images. But they don't know who they are, when they were there, when will they come again. Nothing. It's God Himself comes and tells us all about divine deities. This is a very easy thing to explain and write about. You can even write to those who built huge temples. There used to be peace. You can tell them, write to them. There used to be peace in the world 5,000 years ago, when it became the kingdom of those to whom you built temples. It used to be their kingdom in Bharat. Now another name of India is Bharat. Bharat is the land. There were no other religions then. When the deities were there, only one religion, which is divine. divinity in everyone. And that is deity religion. This is very easy and it is a question of common sense. It's very easy to understand and it's a question of common sense. According to the drama, everything will be understood as you progress further. Because I know some new ones have joined in. They may not be knowing all that in detail or have not experienced all that yet. So Baba is telling us uh, that according to the drama, as the time comes, everything will be understood as you progress further. You can give this good news to everyone. Also print it on beautiful cards. There was peace in the world 5,000 years ago. So Baba is emphasizing this thing today, that let everybody know. Because God is the one who knows everything. He's the supreme being. He's the highest on high. He's the knowledgeful one. So he's telling us 5,000 years ago, there was peace in the world. When it was the new world and new Bharat, then it was called the new world, the new Bharat, the land of India. It was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. A name is given to the rulers of golden age is Lakshmi and Narayan, the pure beings, soul body both pure. Peace is once again being established in the world. Now he's saying the peace is once again being established in the world. And that's why we are here for that. Just by remembering these aspects, you children should remain very happy that we ourselves have become peaceful and we are working for the peace in the world. Telling everybody that peace is going to be established in the whole world. Now God has come, the Father has come. Hmm? Peace is once again being established in the world. Just by remembering these aspects, you children should remain very happy. You know that it is only by remembering the Father that you can become the masters of the world. How the children can become the masters of the world without the Father? Father is the one who have the children. See? The Baba says, how can you become the masters of the world without Father? Everything depends on the effort you children make. So now Baba is telling us, giving us the responsibility because we have known him now. So now he's saying everything depends on the effort you children make because you have understood me and you have understood your role. Baba has explained that you should stay in remembrance of Baba. You see, he has come back to remembrance. That you children should stay in remembrance of Baba whenever you have time so that you don't forget what is he teaching us. And if we remember that, we can pass it to others and be the embodiment of those teachings ourselves. Early in the morning, so how is saying, early in the morning, after bathing, go for a walk in solitude. Not talking with someone here, just yourself in solitude or sit down somewhere. Here, you just have to earn an income. He's talking about Mount Abu, that you have come to Mount Abu. There is all the hills and everything. You can go and walk anywhere. It's so quiet. Because if you're living in the country, in the world, sort of towns and cities, there's too much noise. There's no solitude. So he said, if you have come to Mount Abu, go early in the morning after bath and sit in solitude. Enjoy your peace. Learn more about yourself. Here you just have to earn an income. This remembrance is for becoming ever pure and ever healthy. Hmm? This remembrance, see the meaning of remembrance, is for becoming ever pure, ever healthy. Although the sannyasis here are pure, some definitely fall ill. Whether they, even if they are pure, but still they fall ill. This is the world of disease. That's why saints and sages and sannyasis, they also fall ill. They practice purity on them, but then they still, because this is the world of disease. That is the world free from disease. Which world is he talking about? Hmm? Golden age, the world we are preparing ourselves to go. Only you know this. How can anyone in the world know that everyone in heaven is free from disease? Bible says, if you children don't go and give them the understanding, the message of God, how can anyone in the world know that everyone in heaven is free from disease? You see, there is a name of heaven, but does everybody knows what heaven means? When heaven was, where heaven was, when will heaven be again? Nobody knows nothing. Nothing. There's a name of heaven. But what is heaven? So Baba says, that everyone in heaven is free from disease. No one knows what heaven is. You now know this. Now Baba has told us, the Father has told us, now we know what heaven is. Baba says, you can explain to whomever you meet, anyone you meet. Pass the message. Because every soul belongs to the one Father, the Supreme Being, God the Father. Everybody remembers God. So you have to pass this message to each and every soul. Hmm? So whomsoever you meet, you can explain to whomsoever you meet. For instance, someone here may be called a king or queen. Now Baba is saying, for instance, someone here in this world called a king or queen. But no one here is really a king or queen. Tell them, hmm, you are not a king or queen now. Hmm? There is no king and queen such as golden age. This has to be removed from their intellects, that they are the kings and the queens. Actual kings and queens are the pure ones, Lakshmi and Narayan in golden age. When there was peace, happiness, bliss, everything was there. Nothing was missing. Today, king and queen, they are kings and queens, but what about the world? Struggling and suffering. Hmm? So tell them you are not a king or queen now. This has to be removed from their intellect. The kingdom of emperor, who were the emperors of golden age, Shri Narayan and Empress Shri Lakshmi, is now being established. The actual kingdom of Shri Narayan and Shri Lakshmi, the emperor and empress, is being established now by the Father. Therefore, there surely won't be any kings or queens here. They were told to forget that they were kings and queens and that they should continue to act like ordinary human beings. God is speaking. Huh? Everybody thinks so highly of kings and queens. They are the rulers. We have to follow them, whatever they say. But God says, now you go and tell them. The emperor and empress, The golden aged kings and queens, emperors are about to come now. Baba is establishing that kingdom known as golden age. They also have money and gold, etc. Laws are now being passed for everything to be taken from them. Baba says, now the time is coming. That the time is coming that they also have money and gold, etc. But laws are now being passed for everything to be taken from them in Bharat. They've been asked. There are no more kings and queens. You know, the ruling is the subject, democracy. There's no kings and queens in India now. Only the prime minister, president, things like that. No. Kings and queens used to be there, but no more. They will then become like common human beings. All the rights will be taken of kings and queens from them, and they will become like common human beings. These tactics are being created. It is remembered some people's wealth remained buried underground and some people's wealth was looted by the kings. That was the situation of the world at that time. Kings do not loot from anyone now. There are no kings anyway. It is people who loot from other people. Today's kingdom is so wonderful. When the names of the kings have completely disappeared, there is no kings and queens. So Baba says, today's kingdom is so wonderful. Nobody is a ruler. I'm the ruler and looting people and doing this and that, whatever they want to. No. He has snatched all the rights from them. When the names of the kings have completely disappeared, the kingdom is then established. Then the actual kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan, which is known as golden age, everyone will be happy, has a right to be happy, because that is being established. If you make yourself worthy for the golden age, you can be there. You have everything. Now it's been established. You now understand that you are going to play to a place where there is peace in the world. There's going to be a place where there's peace in the world. No war, no fight, no quarreling, nothing. Total peace. This is the land of happiness. That is the land. The one is being established now by God Himself through us. We are going to be the part of that world where there's peace. That is the land of happiness, the Sato Pradhan world, the most elevated world. People will be very divine, elevated. We are making effort to go there. We are making effort to go there. You children should sit. This is the Father is talking to our souls, the children in the body. He said, you children should sit here and explain with splendor. Explain to everybody. There shouldn't just be artificial, external splendor. Now it has to be the real one, not artificial. Everything will be real. Why? Because the real Father, the real one, has come to make us that what we were. We are the fallen idols. We are the fallen idols. And He has come to make us the same again. Where you can see the images in the temples are being worshipped of those divine deities. Because that world was there and it's not there anymore. Nowadays, There are many who are artificial. Baba is telling us. Nowadays, there are many who are artificial, not real. Here, you have to become true, firm Brahma Kumars and Kumari. Not make believe Brahma Kumars and Kumari. Now you have to become true, firm Brahma Kumars and Kumari. You Brahmins are carrying out the task of establishment, peace. You Brahmins, ourselves. Baba is saying you Brahmins are carrying out the task of establishing peace in the world with Father Brahma. Huh? Very peaceful and also very sweet children are needed. Very peaceful, very sweet children are also are needed to establish such peace. Because you know, he's telling us, because you know that you have become instruments to establish peace in the world. Whosoever newcomers even sitting there, do they know that they are the instruments to establish the peace in the world? We are working for God. We are the instrument. So first we have to be peaceful, no? So first of all, we need to have a great deal of peace within ourselves. You also have to converse very softly. Now he's telling us how we should be like. You also have to converse very softly and with great royalty. You are becoming the rulers of the world. Royalty. You are totally incognito. Nobody knows. We were the rulers of the world. But now we are simple. We are the fallen idols. Now he's making us the same. So that you are incognito. Nobody knows what you're doing. But we know. We are establishing the peace in the whole wide world. We are the instrument. Your intellects are filled with the treasures of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. See, make sure that your intellects are filled with the treasures of imperishable jewels of knowledge. The one Baba is giving you now. You are the Father's heir souls, heirs. You have to fill yourselves with as many treasures as the Father has. You can be equal to the Father. Take whatever He is giving, as much as you want. You are the Father's heirs. You have to fill yourselves with as many treasures as the Father has. All of His property is yours. He's giving it away to us children. That whatever belongs to me, whatever I have is all yours. Yes, like you can speak now. However, when you don't have enough courage, now Baba is telling us, all of his property is yours. However, when you don't have enough courage, now he's telling us, you are unable to take it. So you need to have courage to stand for it. Yes, I belong to Baba. I belong to Golden Age. I'm a dead soul. So you have to have the courage. Courage. You are unable to take it. All of his property is yours. However, when you don't have enough courage, you are unable to take it. Only those who take it will claim a high status. Only those who take it will claim a high status. So you can go as high as you can. The field is yours. Huh? You should be keen to explain to others. You should be keen, running for service. You should be keen to explain it to others. We have to make Bharat into heaven once again. It should be in our mind. We have to make Bharat heaven once again. While carrying out your business, etc., you also have to do this service. And Baba is inspiring us children because Baba cannot come down and do service. He only can inspire us that you children have to do this service. This is why Baba is telling us to hurry up. Don't be lazy. Don't delay. Otherwise you lose your status. You are going to lose. It's a loss for you. Baba will not lose anything. He's there to give it away. But you have to claim it. You have to be present there when he's there. Baba says, this is why Baba is telling us to hurry up. In spite of that, everything happens according to the drama. Okay? He's pushing us. Huh? But if we are not pushed, he says then it's drama. Huh? If you are not wanting to make effort or run around, he just detach himself. That is the drama. If you haven't done it last cycle, you will not be doing it now. It's a repeat. Each one does everything according to his own time. Baba cannot force anyone. See, how many brothers and sisters are there? How many are connected? They can do that, no? But no, they're taking their own time. The children are being inspired to make effort. God is inspiring the children to make effort. Now is the time. You children have the faith that very little time now remains. God is truth. He does not hide anything. He speaks open. It's your faith. If you want to go ahead, go. You can have the kingdom of the future. You can be a deity. You can be a ruler. This is our final birth, and we will then be in heaven. This is our final birth. Whatever we want to do with this body, do it now. Once body is gone, no second chance. Even if you come back, it will be too late. So Baba is telling us openly, each one does anything according to his own time. You children are being inspired to make effort. You children have the faith that very little time now remains. This is our final birth, and we will then be in heaven. After this birth, we will be in heaven. Why? Because we are preparing ourselves for that. We are working for it. This is the land of sorrow. So we all know that. Baba is explaining again, come back. That said, this is the land of sorrow, and it will then become the land of happiness. The land you see sorrow today. How much virus, corona, killing how many people. The land of happiness. You think it's for heaven? So Baba says, this is the land of sorrow, and it will then become the land of happiness. Guaranteed. Baba is telling God himself is with us. Of course, it will take time to become that. He's allowing for it. Of course, it will take time to become that. This destruction, the destruction which is going to happen and coming, is not a small one. He's warning us that this destruction will be the last one. It won't be a small one. When a new home is being built, one only remembers the new home. Hmm? And the new home, you are building a new home, sitting in the old one. Who do you remember? The new one, no, all the time. Every evening you go, how much is built, what's happening there, what has happened. You know, new home. That is a limited aspect to building a new home, is a limited aspect. Well, hmm, limited aspect. Relationships, etc., don't change in that. Huh? If you're building a new one, relationships don't change into that. Here, the old world has to change. In here now, the work which is going on with the help of God, in here, the old world has to change. All that old system has to be changed. Then those who have studied well will go into the royal family. See, he's telling us everything because he's the one who is establishing golden age. Heaven on earth, this is hell. God is the one who is the one who makes heaven on this earth. So he said, you children should have great happiness. Baba has explained that you experience happiness for 50 to 60 births. That is not for 1 or 2 births. In here, you take birth and tomorrow you pass away. There is no guarantee. But there is a guarantee that you will live that many years. You will not have untimely death. The verse says happiness for 50 or 60 births, not years, births. You also have a great deal of wealth in the copper age. Sorrow comes later. It is when the kings start to fight amongst themselves and split up that sorrow begins. Then later on you see everything comes down, degrades after 50, 60 births. What will happen? We'll start falling again. The same old style, the same old lifestyle is coming back. The sorrow begins because it's old now. Grain is still very cheap at first. Famine comes later. See? In the beginning, the grain is very cheap. Then the famine comes later on. You have a great deal of wealth. You have a great deal of wealth there. From being Sato Pradhan, you gradually become Tamo Pradhan. So the law of nature is you can't go high, high, high. You reach up to a certain stage and then you start coming down again. And then go up. It's a system. Day comes, then day finishes, night comes. The night doesn't remain all the time. The night finishes, day comes. So this is how it. This is the law of nature. So therefore, you children should have a lot of internal happiness. If you yourself don't have peace and happiness, so Baba is saying, from being Tato Pradhan, you gradually become Tamo Pradhan. Therefore, you children should have a lot of eternal happiness. If you yourselves don't have peace and happiness, if you yourselves don't have peace and happiness, how are you going to establish peace in the world? Possible? You have peaceless and you're establishing peace in the world. Not possible. First you have to become peace. The intellects of many are peaceless. The Father comes to give the blessings of peace. He says, remember me. Again, he started the Murli, remember me. Now it's coming back. Through the remembrance of the Father, we experience peace. Remember me. Then, with the power of this remembrance, souls that have been peaceless, with the power of this remembrance, the souls that have been peaceless by becoming tamo pradhan will become sattva pradhan and peaceful, degraded and upgraded. However, some children are unable to make effort to have remembrance. There you are. It's telling the condition of the children. Some are good in remembrance, some are not able to remember because they don't stay in remembrance. So Baba says, some children are unable to make effort to have remembrance. Because they don't have remembrance, Maya brings many storms to make you fall down because you don't have good remembrance. If you don't stay in remembrance and become completely pure, if you don't stay in remembrance and become completely pure, there will have to be punishment as well. Punishment, and the status will be destroyed. If it's not now, never. He's giving it away. He's helping. But we have to claim it. So Baba is saying, there will have to be punishment if you don't make effort, you don't become completely pure, and the status will be destroyed. Don't think that you will go to heaven anyway. Oh, you go or not. I will be there anyway. No, no. Oh, is it good to experience a penny worth of happiness after being beaten? Hmm? Penny worth of happiness after being beaten? What happiness is that of worth? Nothing after beating. Hmm? People make so much effort to claim a high status. Look at that people. They make so much effort to claim high status. They want to become king or queen. You should not think that you will be content with whatever you receive. No, there is a field for you. You can claim. It's all your go. You don't have to wait for no one. Carry on. Don't think that you will go to heaven anyway now that you have to become Babas and being careless and not remembering Baba, taking it easy. No, you have to work. This is the time. It's the time factor. Oh, is it good to experience a penny worth of happiness after being beaten? People make so much effort to claim a high status. You should not think that you will be content with whatever you receive. How little you be content? There isn't anyone who would not make some effort, Baba is saying. There won't be. He's thinking like that there won't be anyone who will not make effort to claim a high status when he's giving it away. He's telling us how to claim the high status, how to be. You should not think that you will be content with whatever you receive. There isn't anyone who would not make some effort. Baba is saying, he's wondering, there won't be anyone, isn't anyone who would not make some effort. Even fakirs, means religious beggars, go begging to collect money. Everyone is hungry for money today. Everyone is hungry for money today. With money, you can have every type of happiness. You children know that you are receiving limitless wealth from Baba. You don't have to run around about these pennies and pounds. You are getting the limitless wealth from Baba. If you make less effort, you receive less wealth. The Father gives you wealth. People say the Father gives you wealth. But if you make less effort, you get less. People say, if I had wealth, I would travel to America, etc. If I have the wealth. The more you remember the Father and do service, the more happiness you will receive. Not by visiting America, if you have the wealth. Baba says, the more you remember the Father. So you see the gist of the Murli is to remember the Father so that you know what you have to do now. You have to claim your long lost kingdom. You were there for sure. So only what you have to do is to work for it now. The more you remember the Father and do service, the more happiness you will receive. A father inspires his children to make effort in every respect. That's what he's doing. The father inspires his children to make effort in every respect and become elevated. He believes that his children will glorify the name of his family. That's what the father believes, that you will glorify the name. You children have to glorify the name of God's family and also the Father's name. That one is the true Father. That one is the true Father, the true teacher, and the true Sadguru, God Himself. You're dealing with God, not ordinary human being. The Father is the highest on high, and He is also the true Sadguru. You have been told that there is only one Guru and none other. The bestower of salvation for all is only one. That, that is the Supreme Being, the Lord Shiva, the Father, God. Huh. So the bestower of salvation for all, not you and me, for all, anyone and everyone. All is only one. Only one, huh? Only one. Only you know this. How fortunate you are. You are the only one, knows the only one Father who is making you that, what you want. You are now becoming those with divine intellects. Who are you becoming? Do you know why you are here for? You are now becoming those with divine intellects. You are becoming divine kings and queens of the land of divinity. This is ordinary life. What is that? Sorrow, 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 suffering on all levels. It is such an easy matter to explain that Bharat was golden aged. Using the picture of Lakshmi and Narayan, you can explain how there used to be peace in the world. What is inspiring us today for? Service, service, service. Because we are establishing the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. If not now, never. You won't get a second chance. So Baba says that using the picture of Lakshmi and Narayan, you can explain how there used to be peace in the world. There used to be peace in heaven. Why we call it heaven? Heaven means where there is peace and happiness, nothing lacking. It is now hell, and there is peacelessness. You can see that everyone is experiencing peacelessness. The Lakshmi and Narayan reside in heaven. Lakshmi and Narayan resides in heaven. Krishna is called Lord Krishna. He is also called God Krishna. There are many lords. Even those who own a lot of land and called landlords, Krishna was a prince of the world when there was peace in the world. Krishna was the prince hmm, of the land. There are explain how there used to be peace in the world. There used to be peace in heaven. It is now hell, and there is peacelessness. This Lakshmi and Narayan reside in heaven. Krishna is called Lord Krishna. He is also called God Krishna. There are many lords, even those who own a lot of land and called landlords. Krishna was a prince of the world when there was peace in the world. No one knows that Radha and Krishna became Lakshmi and Narayan. So many stories have been made up about you. They cause so much upheaval. Wrong things they have written about Krishna and Radha and this and that. Baba says they cause so much upheaval. That's why there is upheaval in the world. No trace of happiness and peace. They say that you make everyone into brothers and sisters. The people are telling us that's what you do. They say that you make everyone into brothers and sisters. It has been explained that you Brahmins are the mouth-born children of Prajapita Brahma, the father of humanity. So what is your relationship, brother and sister? It is of you that it is said salutations to the Brahmins who are to become deities. Salutations to the Brahmins who are becoming deities. Worldly Brahmins say namaste to you because you are true brothers and sisters. You remain pure. Therefore, why would they not respect those who are pure? When a Kumari is pure, a girl is pure, everyone bows down at her feet. Even a visitor from outside would bow down to a Kumari, the unmarried. Why is there so much praise for Kumaris at this time, the pure and the unmarried ones? Because you are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, and the majority of you is of Kumaris, the sisters. The Shiv Shakti Pandava army has been remembered. There are rules in this army too. We are also the army of God. We are not ordinary, the God's army. So Baba says there are males in this army too, but you are remembered because the majority of you is female. Those who study well become elevated. Those who study well become elevated. You now know the history and geography of the whole world. Do you think anybody knows in the world the whole history and geography of the world? It is very easy to explain the cycle. Bharat was the land of divinity. Now he's going to explain. Bharat was the land of divinity and it is now the land of stone. Can you imagine? Divinity and stone. Therefore, everyone is a lord of stone. Today, everyone is a lord of stone. The children know the cycle of 84 births. Yes, now have to return home. You now have to return home because it's the cycle of 84 births. So we are right at the end. It's our last birth. So, however, some children, we have to return home. Therefore, you also have to remember the father. so that your sins can be cut away. However, some children are unable to make enough effort for remembrance. He's talking about remembrance again. So, however, some children are unable to make enough effort for remembrance because of their carelessness. Because of their carelessness. They don't wake up early in the morning. Check yourself. Do you wake up early in the morning? Even if they don't wake up, they don't enjoy it. Even if they don't wake up, even if they do wake up, they don't enjoy it. Remembering the Father or having meditation, they still feel sleepy. They begin to feel sleepy and go back to sleep. That's the meditation they done for the day. They become hopeless. They become hopeless. Baba says, children, this is a battlefield. This is a battlefield. You mustn't become hopeless in this. You have to gain victory over Maya with the power of remembrance. You have to make effort for this. Now he's really telling us off. He told us history, geography, everything. But now he's telling us off what we should be doing because he's watching. You mustn't become hopeless in this. You have to gain victory over Maya with the power of remembrance. You have to make effort for this. There are many good children who don't remember the Father accurately. Now he's telling the truth. God is true. He will not hide. Otherwise, how will we come back to our stage if he doesn't tell us off? Father even pulls the ears of the children when they're naughty. So Baba says, you have to make effort for this. There are many good children who don't remember the Father accurately. By keeping a chart, you can tell how much profit and loss you have made. You have to keep a chart of your remembrance. Some say the chart has really worked wonders on my stage. Those who keep the chart or maintain the chart, they really say to Baba, Baba, this chart has really worked wonders of my stage. Scarcely a few write such a chart. Still Baba is saying, scarcely a few write this chart, such a chart. This takes great effort. In many centers, there are even some false ones who go and sit there. They continue to perform sinful acts. There are some not remaining pure and continuing, going and sitting in the class, continue to perform sinful actions, sinful acts. When they don't follow the Father's directions, a lot of damage is caused. Baba is telling the truth now. When they don't follow the Father's directions, a lot of damage is caused. God is truth. Children can't tell whether it is incorporeal one speaking or the corporeal one speaking. Incorporeal or corporeal. They can't even make out. It has been explained to you children many times that you must always consider it to be Shiv Baba who is giving you direction, not Brahma Baba, corporeal or incorporeal. Shiv, the incorporeal. Your intellects will then remain connected up above. Nowadays, for an engagement, they show a photograph. They even advertise for a partner by printing a photograph with the words, someone from a good home is required for so and so, for the marriage or whatever. Look at what the condition of the world has become. and what it is to become. They advertise in the paper. They are looking for a girl or a boy to get married. Baba says, what the condition of the world has become, where you were dated, you were selected, elected, of the world has become, and what it is to become. You children know that there are many ideas and opinions. You Brahmins only have one direction. You Brahmins only have one direction. The direction to establish peace in the world. Hmm? You are establishing peace in the world by following Shirima yourself, following Shirima. Therefore, you children have to remain very peaceful. Those who do something receive the reward of it. Otherwise, there would be a great loss. He's telling the truth. There would be a great loss. There would be that loss for birth after birth, not for one birth. Mind you, how many births we are going to take in Golden Age? 84 births, all over, 84 births in heaven. There would be that loss for birth after birth. You children, there is only 21 births you are having in heaven itself, in Golden Age and Silver Age, 21. Total is 84 births in the cycle. You children have been told to look at your profit and loss account by yourself. You children have been told to look at your profit and loss account, check your chart to see whether you caused anyone sorrow. The father says, at this time, every second of yours is most valuable. This is Avyakt Murli. That's why he's very strict today. Sakar Murli just read and finish. This is his direction and telling us off as well. You don't do this, this will happen. Not this, that. So Baba says, at this time, every second of yours is most valuable. It is not a big thing to receive a little something after experiencing punishment. Is it worth? Your desire is to become very wealthy. Ask for yourself, what is your desire? Huh? To be poor, ordinary, or very wealthy? A ruler, king, or queen? There's a chance. You can be that. Baba has not pointed out who is going to be who. The field is open. Run as long as. Those who were at first worthy of worship have become worshippers. Those who were at first worthy of worship have become worshippers. Only when they have so much wealth can they build the temple of Somnath and worship him. This too is an account. This too is an account. Nevertheless, it is explained to you, children, there is benefit for you when you keep a chart. Now he has come back to us again. Don't lose this chance. Keep a chart. Note everything down. Continue to give everyone the message. Now, listen this direction. Note everything down. Keep a chart. Continue to give everyone the message. Don't just sit quietly. You can also explain on the trains and give them some literature, even pass the literature, or give few words in the trains who is sitting next door to you. Tell them this is something worth, now I'm going to speak about it. This is something worth millions. If you pass a leaflet to somebody, tell him that this is worth million. See the value God has for this study? Do we value that much? Worth millions. When there was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in Bharat, there was peace in the world. Is there peace in the world today? Any part of the world? Peaceless. Fight, quarrel, too much. There was peace in the world. The Father has now come once again to establish that kingdom which we have lost long ago, 5,000 years. He's getting us back again now. He's here now. Claim it. You have to make it clear. He can't give it to you. He can't be part. He can't have partiality. Okay, I give you, not him. You have to. You have to work for it. When there was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in Bharat, there was peace in the world. The Father has now come once again to establish that kingdom. He's doing his task. And once his task is done, gone. He will not wait for Rewa. But she will come. Huh? No. If you're there, you're there. Otherwise, it's gone. Remember, Baba is saying the Father has now come once again to establish that kingdom. Remember the Father, and you will be your sin. You will be absolved of your sins, huh? And there will be peace in the world. Remember the Father, and you will be absolved. You will be absolved of your sins, and there will be peace in the world. Acha, acha. What is he saying? To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found father, found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the
And
spiritual children
spiritual students, namaste
and
and
good
good morning to the spiritual father.
Father. See how hard he has worked on us today. Have we understood? Huh? You can go as high as you can. You can follow the footsteps of the Father, equal to the Father. It's your go. Okay, now we come to the essence to the dharana. Essence for dharana. First, we Brahmins are instruments to establish peace in the world, right? We Brahmins are the instruments to establish peace in the world. So we have to remain very, very peaceful. How can you establish peace? By becoming peaceless. Therefore, you have to remain very, very peaceful. We have to speak very softly with great royalty, very softly with great royalty, because we are the rulers of the world. We are royal. We are dealing with God. No joke, oh. Huh? Great royalty. Number 2, renounce being careless. Please do a favor to yourself. Renounce being careless and make effort for remembrance. Check yourself. Never become hopeless. Never become hope. Maintain hope. Blessing. May you be constantly victorious. He's giving us a blessing. May you be constantly victorious and carefree like Vishnu by making the snake of the vices. Your bed, Vishnu is lying on the bed of snakes, means vices. Is not fighting it. Hmm? Because when we overcome body consciousness, finish. You are ruler of yourself. Vishnu portrayed on a bed of snakes in a memorial of the easy yogi life. A memorial of the easy yogi life. You victorious children. Hmm? Life of you victorious children. Vishnu portrayed on a bed of snakes in a memorial of the easy yogi life of you victorious children. You. Even the snake of vices is easily controlled with yoga. Snake of vices is easily controlled with yoga. The children who attain victory over the snake of vices, the children who attain victory over the snake of vices and make it a bed of comfort, remain constantly happy and carefree like Vishnu. So always keep this image in front of you of being a soul who has controlled the vices and who has all rights. Control the vices, you have all rights. You, a soul, are in a state of constant rest and carefree. Are care. You are the soul in a state of constant rest and are carefree. Care. Slogan. With the balance of being a child and master. He tells us everything. Huh? Is yoga. With the balance of being a child and master, put your plans into a practical form. With the balance of being a child and master, put your plans into a practical form. Om Shanti, Om
Om Shanti
Om
Didi.
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
My God, I love these Murlis. Avyakt Murlis are my favorite Murlis. Hmm? I give long time to absorb it. I really want to absorb it and do it, what Baba said. Because this is the one and the only chance you have. If you miss this chance, not a second chance. Because Baba says time is short. This world is coming to an end. What you want to do, run and do. It's your go. And the secret of the whole thing today, he has told about what? What did he say today? The main thing he told is, who will tell? How many times he repeated? Remembrance, remembrance of the Father. Important. If you forget, your future is forgotten. Finished. Gone. Never to come back. If you really want to do something, remember Baba, and so that you know everything, what is he talking about. You will not forget. If you remember Baba, you won't forget his directions and how he wants to see us. You see, he's a well-wisher of us children, no? Because we are his pure, clean children, no? So he wishes well for us. That's why Avyakt Murlis are very serious. It's not airy-fairy Murli. You can see the difference between Sakar and Avyakt Murli. Lot of learning, lot of direction, an easy method how to follow it and be that. Otherwise, you can lose it. You can lose it. There are chances. If you are a bit careless, you lose. You will not get a second chance. Whatever you want to do it now, but never. This is what I keep in my mind. If it's not now, never. Once a chance is gone, it's gone forever. Forever. Never to get back. Now Baba is helping us. He explains everything very clearly, very easily. And if we follow it, the directions of the Father, we are right there. Nobody can do wrong to us. Nobody. We have claimed it. We are claiming it. He's not giving it away for you, this or that. No, you have to claim. And it's your right. Nobody can snatch your right. You have earned it. You have earned it. Now is the time. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti,
Everyone
Didi.
is coming out.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Pastor.
Nice to have everybody's voice coming back.
Brother Julius,
Happy?
Dr.
Happy?
Brother Gita, Sister Nokoyo, Brother Michael.
Okay. Welcome, welcome, all of you. But please,
Om
please,
Shanti. Om Shanti, Didi.
Shanti, Brother
Om
Doctor,
Shanti Didi.
Om
please,
Shanti.
Brother, you can share your points. Then Brother Julius will speak after.
Yeah, just one point. Everybody has picked for themselves. We don't want general. We want the point you have picked up from yourself. Or you feel that you lack that. And Baba has spoken about it today. It's a lottery. Pick it up. Take it.
Yes.
Right?
Brother Michael.
So many things Baba has said today. So many. He has given full clarity of future. So it's your go. Pick and choose. Right? So now you can talk.
Yeah.
You picked up or you want to feel, you want to act upon it. You can speak about it. Or general, up to you. Okay? Right.
Yes.
Who is the first one?
Om Shanti.
1 minute. Has the newcomers understood this, Murli? The ones who
Yes.
have started just now?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Yes, I do. Om Shanti, Sister Didi.
Oh,
Yes, I did.
like this
Thank
Murli
you.
better than the other one, na? Because this
I
is
don't,
Baba is
I don't know
speaking.
which is better. All the moolies are good for me.
Yeah, very good. It's very
Blessings.
inspiring. It's very
Yes.
inspiring. It will get you
Thank
there.
you. Thank
It will
you.
get you there.
Thank you. Om Shanti, sister.
Thank you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else? Hmm?
Can I say something now?
Yes, yes. Say it. Say
Okay.
it.
Okay. Om Shanti, my brothers and sisters. For this Muli, I heard Baba say that as Brahmins, we're carrying out the task of establishing peace in the world. The task of establishing peace in the world. And then he gave a warning that if we don't stay in remembrance, to become completely pure, Maya will bring us turbulence. So even though we're establishing peace as Brahmins, we must stay in remembrance so that Maya will not bring us turbulence. Om Shanti. Om
Now,
Shanti.
you know, brother, do you understand what Maya is?
Yes.
What
Maya
is
is the devil.
Devil.
Yes.
Means
Maya is my enemy.
Listen, your own devilish qualities. Your own. That is Maya. There's no Maya out there.
Yes, my personal, yes.
How much
Yes,
honesty, how
yes.
much truthfulness, how much peace,
Absolutely.
how much love I have in my heart. How much my heart is clean,
Yes,
pure.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Om Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Brother Michael.
Yes, Om Shanti, the Murli is very interesting, it's very powerful. I will definitely read it back again to absorb more. But the one
Please,
that interests me
please,
most, the one that
please.
interests me most, Baba said that we should never become hopeless. That Brahmins, we have one direction. You know, in the world now, there are many directions in many religious people. They have different opinions, but we have one direction, and the direction we have is to establish the land of peace and happiness. That's one direction, and that is why this path is the only shop that one can get salvation and liberation in life. So this one is very clear to me. We have one direction, one hope, one support, which is Shiv Baba. And remembrance is very important. Remembrance is very important. That's the key. That's the beginning. That's the end of our becoming elevated and accumulating all the Papa wants us to accumulate. And we must follow remembrance with service. Because when we are doing service, Maya will not get hold of us. Because an idle mind is a devil's workshop. When we are doing service and having remembrance and keeping our charts, we will make progress fast because time is short. That's what I got in this morning.
It's for you to keep up with it.
Yes.
You don't have to tell others. You keep up with it.
Yeah.
Because if the directions are personal, it's for us.
Yes.
In general, but it is personally. If we take it personally, then the transformation can take place.
Yes.
It's for me. Baba is telling, for me, not for so and so. For me. I have to check myself. What am I lacking in it? So many things Baba has taught. So I may not be having all of them, which is lacking in me. Few. Whatever is concerned to me, I pick up that and become perfect.
Yes, Didi, very good. Didi, brother Julius, you want to speak something?
Oh, Julius is there.
Yes.
Om Shanti, brother.
Please unmute. Julius, brother, please unmute. We cannot hear you. Julius, brother.
Brothers,
Yes.
He's coming.
I'm giving.
Yeah, again. Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, brother. Om
Yes.
Shanti.
Yes.
This Murli, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Murli, we feel very lucky, intoxicated.
Brother, we are lucky anyway. We are lucky.
What everyone is looking for, peace, but they don't know how it's going to happen.
That is the job of Baba, to clarify the whole thing so that easier for us to follow. It's not easy knowledge, but he clears it so nicely, presents it so nicely, because he's a well-wisher, he's a father.
Purity, Baba has told us that purity is the mother of peace and happiness.
That's true. We all know it. But how much is there?
The rest of the world, they want peace, but they don't want purity. So
there you are, you see, there you are.
And purity, and then you have to be soul conscious.
That's it.
Soul consciousness.
That's what the message you have to pass to the world. The purity cannot be possible without being soul conscious. Purity is the beauty of the soul. Beauty of the soul. It brings everything for you. Whatever you want is there for you. But if purity is not there, purity comes, what did Baba say today? How many times? He started the Murli for remembrance. It's the remembrance brings the purity. The more you remember that you're dealing with God, you're not joking with your life. It's not a joke. You can't joke with yourself. Then you will start crying like the world is doing.
Didi, mute. Didi, okay. Sister Nokoyo, you can't speak this point.
Baba said I should not look at others. When I look at others, I will become weak. Baba said my aim to be equal, not to look at others, and be ever ready and ever pure.
Brother Eta. Baba says, if we surrender to Baba totally, we become double light. We become double light. And having all relationships with the Father, we have all attainments. And if any relationship is missing, then the attainment will not be complete. And the first invitation for foreign service came from Asia. And Asia is very close to Bharat. And that is a speciality.
You're right. You're right. Very good. Very good points. Everybody is very clever. I can see that.
Yes. This is my point. Baba said today that the situation may come from nature, from people, from Laukik or Laukik family, and but our stage should not be saved. One support and one father. If that determined thought, then we can pass. No double stage. One is physical stage, another is stage of the mind. Unstable, stable minded. That mind support is only father, one support, one power, only my Baba. Then I can become victorious.
That's it. So my point is to be honest with yourself. Ask yourself. Don't let God tell you. You ask yourself. He has told what he needed to tell us. He has told us everything. But now I have to ask myself, do I fit in that? I need to fit in that. He's telling me I have to become. He's the perfect being. So I have to ask my heart, put a hand on my heart. What Baba is saying, am I fitting in it? Am I doing all that? If I'm not, when will I be? Can I think of heaven? Can I think of golden age? I have to ask myself. So I have to work for myself. Saying is very easy, very easy. We are not saying here for others. We have to making ourselves to listen that what we are speaking. You should listen yourself what you are speaking and act upon it. We are not saying the points just for the sake of saying. I'm listening as well. I'm not speaking for others. I'm speaking for myself. Really and true. We have to really make an effort. Time is going. Time is very short. Papa tells everything. Yeah. Is that all?
Yes, Didi, all finished.
I haven't heard from Bazi brother and Basi.
Oh, brother Bazi, they joined it today, but Bazi is coming to Lagos.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's why he left. And
okay, he's on the way somewhere. Then he has to read the Murli by himself.
Yes, he said, I'm on the way in the bus. I'm coming.
Okay. Okay, then.
Thank you, Didi. 1 minute silence meditation, Didi. Take
yeah.
Brother Dr. Rosita, we do silence meditation for 1 minute. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Thank you. Julius Bhai, Om Shanti.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti, Julius. Bye. I haven't seen your face today.
Om
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Didi, brother Dr. Osita becoming #1.
Ah, very good.
Oh,
We
Shanti.
wish you luck, brother. We wish you luck. You are the last so fast and fast.
Yes, sister.
So
Om Shanti. Om
very,
Shanti,
very
everyone.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti, brother.
Om
Thank you. Thank you.
Baba bless you.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.